All right, let's dive into one of the world's most profound spiritual texts, the Bhagavad Gita. But I want you to forget the idea of it being some dusty, ancient relic. For centuries, it's been seen as a living, breathing guide for, well, just getting through life. So, you might be wondering, how can a conversation on a battlefield from thousands of years ago possibly help us today? Let's find out.
And this is what's so cool about it. The Gita doesn't present itself as some high-level abstract philosophy. It literally calls itself a practical instruction manual. Sages have called it a masterpiece, something designed to be timeless. So that really makes you wonder, right? How exactly can an ancient text give us practical instructions for our lives right now?
So where does all this practicality come from? Well, the Gita's advice really boils down to one key idea: practice. But we're not talking about just any kind of practice. It's a concept known as sadhana. I absolutely love this analogy. It's so perfect. Just think of your mind like a car. Every single day, just by driving around, it gets dirty, right? It collects all the dust and gunk from the news, from stress at work, from other people's opinions. Sadhana is the practice. It's the hose you use to wash all of that stuff off. It's a super simple but really powerful way to think about any spiritual discipline. And here's where it gets really brilliant. The Gita totally gets that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to life. It doesn't give you just one single method. Instead, it's like it offers you a whole toolkit of practices because it knows we're all starting from different places. In fact, in the 4th chapter, Lord Krishna lays out 12, not one, not two, but 12 distinct types of spiritual practices, or sadhanas. That's 12 completely different paths you can walk. So let's just peek at a couple of them to see how incredibly different they can be. So on one hand, you have a very outward, very tangible practice, Daiva-yajna. At its core, this is charity or social work. But here's the twist that makes it spiritual. It's all about the mindset. It's about seeing the act of giving not just as a nice thing to do, but as an actual act of worship. It's spirituality in action, out in the real world. And then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you've got a deeply internal journey. This is Yoga-yajna, the 8-limbed path that many people think of when they hear yoga. And as you can see, this one's a lot more involved. It's a very systematic process taking you from basic values all the way to total mental absorption. So from giving money to charity to deep meditation, the Gita really has something for every single type of person. Okay, so we've got all these different tools, all these different ways to wash the car, but why? I mean, what's the actual point of all this practice? Where is it all supposed to lead? Right, let's cut to the chase. Why bother with charity or meditation or any of these other paths? Is the end goal just to, feel a little bit calmer, a little bit better? Well, the first part of the answer is yeah, pretty much. It's to purify the mind, to wash off all that dirt we were talking about. Getting a clear, calm mind is definitely the immediate goal of any sadhana. But, and this is a big but, that's not the whole story, not even close. And this brings us to a really crucial question. Is having a peaceful mind the final destination? Is that what enlightenment is all about? It's a super common idea, but the Gita tells us there's something way, way deeper. And here it is. This is the big reveal. The pure mind isn't the destination, it's the vehicle. Think about it. You didn't wash the car just to look at it in the driveway, right? You washed it so you could take it on a journey. That purified mind is the clean car you need to begin the real journey, a process called Jnana-yajna, or self-enquiry. Because it's only with a calm mind that you can even begin to ask the biggest question of all: who am I? And if you miss this crucial distinction, it's really, really easy to fall into a classic spiritual pitfall, one the Gita specifically warns us about. It's called the sattva trap. So here's how the sattva trap works. Your practice is going great. You feel peaceful. You feel clear. You feel happy. It's an amazing feeling. But the trap is thinking that this feeling is the final goal. It's like you cleaned the car and you love how shiny it is so much that you never actually take it out for a drive. Okay, let's break this down because the difference is huge. A purified mind experiences these wonderful, calm, peaceful states, but often that feeling depends on you keeping up your practices. It can be a temporary state. Enlightenment, on the other hand, is a permanent shift in your identity. It's not about how your mind feels. It's about a fundamental realization that you are not your mind. That core confusion about who I am gets resolved for good.
So, this all brings us to the absolute climax of the Gita's teaching. After laying out all these different paths and explaining their true purpose, Krishna reveals the final, most profound secret in the entire text.
So you can kind of see the whole roadmap laid out here, right? Step 1, use sadhana to clean up the mind. Step 2, use that clear mind to do Jnana-yoga, or self-inquiry. And the result of that is step 3, moksha, or total liberation. It's a really logical progression. But then, Krishna adds this incredible final instruction that sort of goes beyond all of it.
Just imagine Arjuna has been through this whole masterclass on duty, on action, on knowledge, on meditation, the whole shebang. And then right at the very end, just when you think it's all wrapped up, Krishna delivers the master key.
And this is it, the Gita's supreme secret. After explaining all the paths, all the practices, all the effort, Krishna's final word is one of total, absolute surrender. It's a call to let go of the ego's constant need to be the one in charge, the doer, and to just take complete refuge in a higher power. This, he says, is the direct path that cuts through all the struggle. Worry not. So what a journey, right? The Gita takes us all the way from purposeful action to deep, clear-eyed inquiry, and finally, to this place of profound surrender. It's a roadmap that doesn't ask us to run away from our lives, but to fundamentally change our relationship to them, which really leaves us with one final thing to think about. What could that kind of surrender possibly look like in our own crazy modern